the truth, I am way more ashamed of being Canadian than I will ever be of being a sex worker. I'm being a sex worker to survive. I broke ground in Canadian institutions. I've changed policies. I've studied their diplomas, their degrees, everything. And the combination of all that is what? I have to go into sex work. I couldn't do anything meaningful or useful to sustain myself. With all the education I got at Ryerson University, Mohawk College, McMaster University, United Nations University, Institute of Water, Environment, Health, I've been in their institutions studying now for 14 years almost. Almost 14 years I've been studying. I have no money to show for it whatsoever, but they have taken so much of my money. All for what? Bullshit. They haven't taught me anything important. Most of the education I acquired on my own. So I'll tell you something, I'm more embarrassed of being Canadian, because if these are our institutions, I transcended all of them like it was a joke. Do you see what I'm saying? And the fact that Canadians are so ignorant that they don't even see how mediocre their institutions are, that one woman could study the entire system and send it crashing down and prove that it's full of shit. I'm more embarrassed of being Canadian than I'll ever be a sex worker. I do not care if it goes public that I'm a sex worker. I'll tell you something though. For those of you who told me this is going to be on the internet forever, know that it's also going to be on the internet forever that Canadians are uncivilized primates who, when a woman was calling out for help, screaming and crying about the fact that she's being sexually abused, you did absolutely nothing about it because you're animals. Because you're literally animals. It's time for the world to know that Canadians are animals and that you are the nation that deceived all nations. It's time for you to know that you're nothing but beasts. This country is uncivilized. This population is uncivilized. The fact that I've gone to the police multiple times and I've got no help. Not a single lawyer is willing to take on my case. Why? Because they simply cannot believe that this is how gruesome it is, or they're scared.
I went to so many different universities, so educated, 14 years, and I'm broke. I can't get a job. And because of your system, your establishment, Canada, you have pushed me into sex work. My wife did post-secondary school. She got a job immediately. I have a friend that did, his name will, I'll keep it out, he went into radio broadcasting. Do you know how hard it is to get a job in radio broadcasting?
Right, especially in Toronto.
He has a job in radio broadcasting in Toronto.
Yeah.
So
not a lot of spots.
Not at all. So I'm just trying to understand her argument.
Young women watching this, young men watching this, learn how to take accountability for decisions that you make yourself. And please stop blaming the other people when you make a decision and it doesn't work out the way that you planned it in your mind. Because you know what? In this world, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of things that go your way, yes, but there's going to be a lot of things that do not go your way. And majority of them are not going to go your way. For every success that you see on TV with all these people having on all these social medias, there's about 10 different failures in the background that they didn't show you about that happened before. Okay. So don't believe all of this stuff that just because you think something is going to happen a certain way, it is, especially the new generation. Y'all got to really stop that shit because the real world's going to slap you in the face very quickly. Okay. That's one. Second of all, everything she's talking about in her situation specifically has nothing to do with the country of Canada. She's got to explain to me why being Canadian has anything to do with education and the fact that her education didn't work out and why that couldn't have happened anywhere else in the world. My biggest question is 14 years in school, what the fuck did you study? What the hell did you go to? You went to a shit ton of schools. I'm hoping all of these schools that you went to, that the courses were connected. That's what I'm thinking. But 14 years of connected courses, god damn. Even if you're trying to be a doctor, you take less school than that. And I believe, as far as I know, that doctors take school for the longest, as far as I know.
This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of holes in what she's trying to project. Now, the last thing I'll speak to, because I don't want to neglect this, like I said, her TikTok page is essentially dedicated to tearing Ryerson down because of her sexual assault or her alleged sexual assault. Now, if that happened to you, baby girl, I am sorry that you had to go through that. I don't wish that on anyone. But that's not a reason to tear down an entire country. Because guess what? Sexual assault happens in America, happens in Africa, Hong Kong, North Korea. Everywhere is the point that I'm trying to make. And guess
Right.
what? Sexual assault also happens at many different universities.
I just wanted to add that you don't have to go to university or college to get your sexual assault neglected. I just want to point that out. It's not something that only happens to college or university students. That unfortunately happens to a lot of women. So I understand all the points. I understand her sad. Let's first of all, yes, let's not neglect the pain that she's probably feeling, all the things that she had to go through. Absolutely, I do not want to ignore any of those things. You know what I'm saying? You did not bring this upon yourself, you know. But with that being said, the places that you're looking to blame and the people that you're looking to blame are the wrong ones. You're focused on the wrong things. You know what I mean? There's a person that actually did this to you. I didn't hear you mention them one time. You didn't say anything about this person didn't get arrested or this person didn't get in trouble. You said this university, this college. Are you okay?
Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep it moving. Listen, Drake is on a mission to give every single rapper that he truly admires their flowers. And
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a tattoo on his body because he's already started that. So
no.
yeah.
So this was on Drake's IG. You can see Champagne Poppy. And man, this guy is underappreciated, and he's talking about Eminem. Now,
Slim Shady.
you could see, yeah, actually, that's a better way to call it. Slim Shady. You can see he's got the blonde hair, the backward visor, and the county jail
That's Slim
jumpsuit on.
Shady right there.
And if you know anything about that attire, that was back in the 2001 Up in Smoke. So clearly, Drake was feeling extremely nostalgic, probably in his multi-million-dollar mansion, off a couple bottles, and like, man, this guy is the shit. Let me just quickly post that to my story.
Yeah.
It's going to go down in 24 hours anyways. But you know, he did the same thing with Cole when he went on stage, and I like this. And I have to wonder how M feels about this, because him and Drake were on a record together, that Forever song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then they never did a song ever again. And then when Eminem did his, I believe it was his Kamikaze album, when M was coming at everybody, he has a record on there called Not Alike. And there are some bars in that record that people kind of were like, yo, you're coming at Drake. And M was like, no, that's not
You shot that down.
Yeah, that's not to Drake. So I'm wondering, he added him in this post. He added Eminem.
They always neglect to mention Eminem, and it's for one reason. It's because he's white. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or draw past it. That's the exact same reason. There was a point in time where people were debating who the GOAT was before the Drake era. And people would mention Eminem with Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. And people would be like, come on now, you're crazy, bro. Eminem, there's no way. And I would be sitting there like, bro, do you listen to this guy's songs that he can make? Yes, there's a lot of violence. There's a lot of disgusting things in there. There's a lot of words that he may use or phrases. He may insult a lot of people, but the substance behind his music, the power that comes with it, mixed with the lyrics and the way that he has his rhyme schemes, this man is heavily underrated. And if you don't have him at least in your top 5, it's because he's white. 100%.
Look, what I personally think is, if he's underrated to anyone, he's underrated to this generation. We didn't need Drake to remind us. We know Drake, however, he's right in the middle. Drake, he's able to connect with our generation and these colorful hair niggas with tight ass pants and shit. Both generations love Drake. So all Drake is doing is just letting these new femme niggas know that
I thought it was fashion. You can't call it femme. You called it fashion before.
First of all,
with the nails
you could be fashionably feminine. I want to say that. Now,
all right, listen. I want people to stop disrespecting the man who wrote all of the freestyles for 8 Mile. Okay.
Look.
All of the freestyles.
Let me tell you something. There's a bunch of new niggas watching this, and they're like, "What's that?"
if you watching this right now, you don't know what the 8 Mile is. Get the fuck off the page, man.
Well,
You gotta.
that's
You
why
got
I'm trying to say what Drake
get the
did
fuck off the page.
was so important.
Go watch 8 Mile.
Because these niggas don't know what 8 Mile is. They're in
They
the
gotta know
middle.
what 8
They're in the
Mile
middle
is.
of doing their nails with Lil Yachty's nail polish, so they don't know nothing about no 8 Mile. But do yourself a favor, go watch 8 Mile. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do you think Eminem is underrated? All right, keeping it moving.
He's a 3 out of 10.
Look, this is
It's
what
a tree. It's a tree.
Look, this is what I was talking about when I said fashionably femme. Watch this.
Oh God. Oh God.
Boy ain't no way, boy. Boy ain't no way, boy. Boy ain't no way, boy.
Bobby Shmurda.
Nigga, who is that? Who is that?
No
Bobby
way,
Shmurda.
No, it's not.
Bobby Shmurda.
That is not. That is
Do
not
y'all
no
see
Bobby
this?
Shmurda, bro. That was not Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda, who just came out of jail.
That's Bobby Shmurda, flexible Bobby.
Attempted murder charges. Bobby Shmurda. That was him.
So, you know, Bobby's putting out music and it's not hitting the way we hoped it would hit. It's just not. Actually, if anybody's talking about Bobby, it's what you just seen. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about his borderline suspect dancing. Now, look, I want to be clear about this.
I'm gonna have to fight so hard not to make no jail.
No. I want to be clear about this. Nothing's wrong with dancing.
Nah.
You should look. If you look, girls dance, guys dance. First of all, girls like guys who know how to dance. Nothing is wrong with dancing. Diddy dances, Snoop dances. Nothing wrong with dancing. Period. Have a blast. With that being said, just because the nigga's all flexible and twerking and shit also doesn't mean he won't smoke your ass. With that being said, this is weird as shit. With all due respect to Bobby Shmurda, this is weird as shit. Mostly just because when I say there's nothing wrong with dancing, men dance, women dance. Men typically dance like men. Women typically dance like women. Bobby was dropping it like it's hot. Should we watch it again?
And I said I was gonna fight for making some jail jokes, but listen, every man in jail has their job. Once they realize what your talents are, they're gonna exploit and use your talents. You know what I mean? And the man was in jail for a long time. And I know what he was when he went into jail. I seen the music videos, I seen how he danced. I'm just gonna say that the man came out with some new dance moves, and that has me worried.
I also want to remind you that we are in 2021. Like, check your calendar, you know, and what happens when your music doesn't hit as hard as it should, and you got to move them units, got to get them streaming numbers up, you start to troll. And we know how effective trolling is. So do I see Bobby in the club just chilling with the boys, with the gang, you know, busting a flexible? No. But Bobby knows he's on camera.
Did you just say busting a flexible?
Busting a flexible. But Bobby knows he's on camera. He knows that people are taping, it's on their live. I feel like going viral today. Bobby knows even before he got locked, people always talked about his dancing, which, by the way, I want to point out something about the dancing. And it goes back to my earlier point. Just because the nigga's flexible don't mean he won't shoot your ass.
Right.
That dancing that they used to do, they did that after they killed someone. That was a celebratory dance. So it's
the upside down semicircle.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the shit that they were doing in the Hot Boy video. Okay. So what I'm trying to say to you is, just because the nigga's an elastic band don't mean he can't be a problem, is all I'm saying. So, you know, viewing public, I want to know your thoughts.
Just because he's elastic don't mean he won't pop on your ass.
That's a good one. I like that.
Thank you very much. I write music. Please go check it out.
I want to know what your thoughts are, viewing public. I mean, are you... Let's be honest. If you are a Shmurda fan, right now, today, are you talking more about his dancing or about his music?
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Facebook has changed their name to Meta, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Let's talk about the interesting part of this. Everybody knows that Facebook has changed their name at this point. I'm pretty sure. The interesting part about this is what they're trying to create, what Zuckerberg is trying to create by changing his name to Meta. They're trying to create this world called the metaverse. And the metaverse is going to be a world where you can participate in sports, you can go to concerts, you can be on social media, you can interact with people. All of these things can occur through via virtual headsets. What do you think?
I think it's cool as hell. You kidding me? I love that technology. If I'm being totally honest with you, this technology is going to, yes, obviously revolutionize the way we communicate. Think about being able to really communicate with your grandma who lives in another country. Just think about these things. Now, let's make it dark. Think about OnlyFans. Lord, OnlyFans is about to be fire.
So, see, okay, listen,
It's gonna be crazy.
listen, listen. All joke, all jokes aside. With that one, you
That's
touch
not a
on something.
joke.
You touch on no, but you do touch on something super important with that, because what you're picturing is this utopia that, of course, Zuckerberg is illustrating and giving to us. But that's not the world that we that's not the world that we live in. We live in a world of hate speech. We live in a world of pedophiles. We live in a world of crimes being committed. We live in a world of black market. I'm fully engrossed in that. This is going to create a world of dangerous, negative minded, free spirited, I'm going to show you my penis while we're playing chess in this virtual world type of people. That's what this is actually going to create. And I understand what Zuckerberg is trying to do, but him trying to give us this fantasy world and this new name to try to escape all the bad shit that social media is actually doing to society is a distraction and something that I think shouldn't be ignored. Like, that shouldn't be overlooked when we're thinking about something like this.
Anyways, nigga, with all that being said, go subscribe to our Instagram page, our Twitter, our TikTok,
Oh
our
man,
YouTube.
see, nigga, this is why, man. This is why shit. When bad shit happens and people act surprised about it, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm stone faced, and even sometimes you shocked about it. I'm like, you didn't see this shit coming. Y'all allow this shit to happen. Y'all wanted this shit to happen. And then you're gonna complain about it when it does come through and you see, listen, man, whatever, bro.
Yo, all I know is Live Jasmine's about to be crazy.
Y'all have kids. Y'all have kids. This is the world that y'all kids gonna live in. Congratulations.
Viewing public, what are your thoughts on this? Is this a good or a bad thing? Are you excited or are you terrified? Deuces. Social media influencer, Jane Rivera, lost, what was it, her puppy? Her father?
Yep.
She lost her puppy. RIP, condolences to you. And of course, she went to social media to express her loss, and she did post a picture of herself at the funeral, and she captioned the picture, "Butterfly, fly away. R.I.P. Poppy. You were my best friend. A life we lived. R.I.P. Poppy." I want to be respectful here. Okay, that's one. Let's see which one we should land on, fellas. Okay, that's a good one.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, you got to see the back. It's necessary. You know what? Let's go with this one. Let's keep it here.
Okay.
So her father passed. It looks like you could actually see him right there in the casket.
Yeah, for those who don't know, that is, for those who are listening, that is her standing in front of her father's casket. She's posed right now in her outfit with her leg up in the air, standing sideways like a flamingo.
Ass cocked like a shotgun. Also, I want to point out for those who are listening, because you can't see it, she was in Florida. So again, Florida makes the best people. Now, I'll just ask the question, is this disrespectful? And that really is the question, because you have to ask yourself, my guy, did her father know who she was? And if he did know who she was. I'm talking about this vixen that we see. And if he was okay with it, what's the problem? He would have been fine with this. That is the point. If he knew who she was and she was okay with her documenting her entire life, and this is how she dressed,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have had a problem with this. I don't think.
Okay, do me a favor, because right now you wilding. Switch the picture so we can get a better one of her outfit. Get a better one of her outfit, please. Okay, now this girl is walking down the street in this outfit. You see her walking down the street. Do you think she's going to a funeral?
Well, she's in all black, so it's possible.
Oh, you are reaching so hard. This guy is reaching so hard. This is, first of all, not a funeral outfit. It's not. It's not a funeral outfit. I don't know what funerals you've been to, but all the funerals I've been to seem to be more respectful as far as how the outfits go. You're not trying to be fashionable. This is not something where you are concerned with fashion over function here. It's a simple purpose. You dress in all black, you dress with respect, and that's how you go there. Okay. Second of all, you're taking multiple pictures. This is not one photo. This is a photo shoot in front of the casket at a funeral, at your father's funeral, with other people in the room. Let's not ignore that she's in a room with there's other people there standing. Some of them might be waiting to go pay their respects to the body, and she's there doing a funeral photo op because she feels like this is her social currency. This is the problem with the world today, and all of this type of shit, man. It's been clouded.
When I eventually pass, the people who are attending my funeral are going to be inner circle only. You can't buy a ticket. Anyway, first of all, anyone gonna want to buy a ticket to my shit, but you can't buy a ticket. It's personal only. With that,
I'm wearing a Speedo and a V-neck.
With that, if you are invited to my funeral, there is not a dress code. You don't even have to wear all black.
I knew you were about to go with that. That's why I said what I'm gonna wear.
In fact, I don't even want you to cry. I want you to celebrate. I want you to turn up while they putting me down. Celebrate my life. Don't mourn it. And goes to my point. We are outsiders, people who were not invited to this funeral looking in. So all we are doing is projecting. And when I say we, I'm talking about yo ass. All we are doing is projecting how society has taught us how we should dress and behave and conduct ourselves at a funeral.
But I'm not projecting nothing. Look behind her in that picture. There is nobody behind her in that picture. Why do you think everybody left?
You don't know this dude, R.I.P., who's in the casket. You don't know his relationship with his daughter. You don't know we don't know. And when I say you, now I'm speaking to everybody. Nobody knows. So to the outsiders looking in, this is hella disrespectful. It's super tasteless. But if you showed up my funeral in a Speedo and decided to post it on Instagram
and a V-neck
for some weird reason, everybody would react the exact same way. But you know who would know different? The people who are there. So Merriam-Webster has added 455 new words to its dictionary. Among the new additions are dad bod, Emirite, super spreader, pop culture terms like faux hawk, internet slang, including abbreviations like TBH, to be honest, and FTW for the win, were also added.
Yep, they were. They were. These are words. These are words.
Yeah.
These are words. These are words. This is why I say to you, when you have books like this, and you obviously, if you want to go to definitions, they are reputable. They have been in operation for a long time. There was a time when they used to have distinguished words, but now it's gotten to a point where these dictionaries are throwing anything in simply to maintain relevancy. They will throw in any type of definition, any type of word, just to stay consistent and current. And when you start throwing in slang terms, that's why it's called slang in the first place, because it's counter to actual language. It's supposed to be separate. It should not be in a dictionary. That's what makes it slang. See what I'm saying?
I mean, if they've added to the dictionary, it's now no longer slang. It's an actual word. And it's funny that you use the word current. The English language has been around for a really long time. People used to talk like, thy and come hither. So
Right.
if the English language didn't grow, we would still be talking like that. So the dictionary needs to remain current and keep
Absolutely.
adding words. What's the problem
100%.
here?
100%. It needs to keep adding words. Like I said, I have no problem with it adding words. Am I right? Being spelled the way that it's being spelled, like it's a jewel, as opposed to just having the actual sentence, which are already words in the English dictionary. Can you tell me why that is necessary for them to add it like that?
Yeah, it's probably now just commonplace. This is probably something that's used on a regular basis. They said, let's make it a word. Listen, back when people were talking like they were in the medieval times and somebody came around and started, switching, instead of saying thy, they started saying like, you or I. People were probably, yo, why are you talking like that for? That's not how we talk. That's slang. Not slang anymore. It's common.
So you're saying these words are probably gonna super spreader.
Definitely going to be a normal, regular way to categorize when things like COVID-19 happen.
Super spread, when things super spread.
Phew.
Yeah. No, we got it. We understand what it means. Yeah, I got it. I didn't need Webster to define that for me, but I appreciate that.
They didn't define it. They just made it a word officially.
And then abbreviations as well are being defined in Webster's dictionary as well. Listen, like I said to you before, I appreciate what Webster has done for the English language, but I believe it's at a point right now where we don't really need dictionaries. It's obvious, because if people can just create words and then they're going to be put in the dictionary anyways, why do we still need a dictionary? We can just go on just talking. I'll just have a conversation. We can just teach English.
Look, I just created a word. Do you think Webster is going to add that to the?
If it was a bigger song for Kanye, hoopity scoopity poopity would have been in there. It
needs to have some actual relevance and impact on the English language in order for it to be added. Now, they said there was 455. I'm making this argument based on the
dumb words that we're talking about.
No, not even the dumb words, but the less than 5 that I've said. I'm sure
dumb words that we're talking about.
I'm sure out of the 455 words that were added, you can make a great case for this is stupid. It should have never been added. And I'll probably agree with you. But we don't have the list of 455 words. We got these ones, and I'm standing by it. Am I right? I think I am. Some Scarborough girls gonna get that tatted right.
I can't wait.
Right over the left titty.
That's a discussion. If they had a Toronto, if Webster was based in Toronto, in our city, what words do you think would be added to the dictionary?
Local. Leave it in the comments, but I'll share one. I'm out here. All spelt one word. I'm out here.
You know what I was gonna say? Nah, I mean.
Oh, 100% that's going in there.
Or yeah.
That would take precedence over the I'm out here for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, if you guys are up on the Toronto slanguage, leave it in the comments. What do you think would be added to the Toronto Webster's dictionary? This should be interesting. Deuces.
Yeah. Yo, thanks for watching that video, making it all the way to the end. You made it this far, you have to like. Please subscribe and comment on the video as well. Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We finally hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Yes, we are trying to get to 1,000. And we can only do that with your help. You can start by watching that next video. You see that tiny little icon? Click on that icon, rinse and repeat. Deuces.
Deuce.